Hey, good morning, everybody. You're watching Rebel Roundup. Rebel News' daily news and opinion show, but I'm sure you can tell by the different intro that it is Wednesday, Western Wednesdays here on the Roundup, which means the first half of the show is dedicated to the Buffalo panel, wherein we talk about issues facing Western Canadians with, I think, experts on the topic. I'm your host, Sheila Gunn, and I'm joined today by my real life best friend from Regina, Saskatchewan, Lise Merle. Lise, how's it going?
Well, Sheila Gunn Reid couldn't be better. Coming in from a really cool and sort of fall feeling.
Oh, completely.
Saskatchewan today, it's a lovely reprieve from the oppressively hot summer that we've been experiencing. But it's
Must
Wednesday,
be nice.
which is my favorite day of the week. The Wild Western Wednesday Hump Day. Okay, we all do Hump Day together.
We do.
And today's guest, like he's just a crowd favorite and a
Yes,
personal favorite of ours.
same,
So we have a
same.
great show coming up, you guys.
One of the hardest working guys, if not the hardest working guy in the independence movement. We'll get to him in a second. I'm going to tell everybody what we're doing around here, and then we'll bring in our panelist. So if you're watching us on Rumble, excellent free speech platform, you want to get involved in the show, well, let me tell you how. You can leave a Rumble rant. That's their paid chat over there. If it's over the $5 US cutoff, we are hereby reading it on air. If it's under that, we'll do our very best, time permitting. You're watching us on YouTube, which remains a censorship platform, you should know, but we are monetized over there. So, and almost 2 million of you watch us over there. Their paid chat is called a super chat. If you miss a live version of the show, but you want to support your favorite little network that could, you can leave a paid comment called a super thanks. And we invite you to do this because we'll never take a penny from the government to do the work that we do around here. We are fiercely independent and protective of that fact. And I think that's it. Let's bring in our panelist and my co-host. So our panelist is Cory Morgan. He's a writer, a host over at the Western Standard and the Epoch Times. And he's got his own third-party advertiser group and just out there giving her every day of the week, it appears to be. And he's my partner in fact-checking over at albertafactcheck.com, Cory Morgan. Cory, how's it going?
Good, good. Always a pleasure to come on. As I said, lots to do, so I don't have to worry about finding
Right.
things with my idle hands or anything like that.
Yeah, I often think about that, what it's like to work in the mainstream media where you wake up every day and you're like, I wonder what story I will find today. Instead, I open up my email and it's just a box of
Girl.
feral cats yelling at me. And
Girl,
I'm wondering how I'm going to get to it.
How do I somehow get 40 hours extra into this 24-hour period? This is every day for the independent press in Canada. And
Exactly.
yeah, Cory Morgan's amongst the best.
Before we get into it, Cory, tell us a little bit about your third-party advertiser group in the referendum on a referendum campaign. How many signs have you given out?
Boy, I just did the update last night. I should know offhand. I think it's about 16,000 lawn signs we've had made now, and we've distributed about 14,000 of them. And yeah, I started a third party. I mean, that's our focus. We're the sign guys. And a 300 4x8s we've had made. I think about 200 of them are out. A couple hundred 4x4s, banners, flags, all sorts of stuff. Just to show an impact. I started it on a whim because as we demonstrated, we've all got that extra free time. So I thought I should start a third-party advertising group too. And it took off beyond my imagining. And yeah, the fundraising's been going good. I'm going to be driving around Northern Alberta tomorrow, dropping signs off just to a bunch of frustrated people who've been waiting for them for a long time.
Amazing. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. Finally, they're going to be able to show their friends and neighbors what they're thinking about and what's important to them. And here comes Cory Morgan to help them.
Yeah. Pathway to Independence. You can find it at corymorgan.com. And Cory's not exaggerating. There are entire stretches of highway where it feels like every farm along the highway has a Pathway to Independence sign on it. Like when we were driving from Calgary to whatever they call Black Diamond now, Diamond Valley, because we were giving out signs in Okotoks, I'm like, I'm not sure it's worth it. Cory's got them all, but people are collecting these signs like trading cards now.
Yeah, and then there's still, even though the numbers sound big, like I said, 16,000 lawn signs we've had made, and are getting out there, but there are literally millions of households in Alberta. So to actually make a real visible impact on those lawns is going to take the other TPAs like yours and all the rest. I mean, it's not like a regular general election campaign where you have a political party with millions of dollars and, 87 campaign managers to spread it around. So, we've got our work cut out for us still.
Yeah. Over at my TPA, it's basically just me and Lyndon and someone who updates the website. Every single weekend we're out there after we do our regular work. By the way, Alberta's Choice, which is my TPA, we're out this weekend in and around central Alberta. You can find out where we are with our sign drop-offs at albertas-choice.com, not albertaschoice.com. I don't know who those guys are. Their website looks nice, but it's not me. I have to have a dash in mine. Let's get into some of the work that Cory and I do in the wee hours of the morning, roughly about 5 a.m. every day. We do this thing called Alberta Fact Check. You can learn about it at albertafactcheck.com. We have a roundup of the half-truths, myths, truths, and lies from the Federalist side, and then we do our best to debunk it and give people facts that they can take out into the world. And Nenshi, NDP leader the other day, swing and a miss. Like a bit of a big self-own, actually. So he wrote a letter to CSIS asking them to, or alleging, I guess, foreign interference in the referendum campaign. And he published the letter that CSIS sent him back. This is the updated version. But initially he published another version wherein he redacted the part where CSIS said, yeah, there's not much to see here. We'll continue monitoring, but there's not a lot to see there. He said it was an effort to highlight it. Okay. So highlight it. Don't black it right out. He said there's a real risk of foreign interference in Danielle Smith's referendum this fall. I believe that, but just not in the way that he says. He wrote a letter to CSIS earlier in the year and just received the reply. So CSIS is really taking this seriously months later. He says they're taking it seriously, and I encourage anyone with evidence of foreign interference to contact them. You know what? I just might. And then he posted his initial redacted version. And we'll just go through the part that he didn't actually post. Good grief, I gotta get my glasses on. He said, this is their reply. Basically, democratic events, so any democratic event, not specifically this one, such as the upcoming referendum, could create conditions foreign actors seek to exploit, such as through the use of mis and disinformation to advance a narrative aligned with their objectives. Wow. Nenshi, just fact check guilty. These are concerns that CSIS and our national security partners share, and that we take measures to counter. This requires diligence and attention of all orders of government, national security agencies, stakeholders, and media, and Canadians alike. Further, as part of a range of efforts CSIS undertakes to monitor the potential for threat activity, we have and continue to engage regularly with provincial, territorial, municipal, and Indigenous partners to provide them with information on potential threats, including to election bodies where relevant and at the appropriate classification level. This includes regular and ongoing engagement with relevant authorities in Alberta. So he wanted to apparently highlight that portion that says that they are already monitoring the situation and there's nothing to see here. For some reason, he said that he meant to highlight that, but then he redacted it because I think it didn't say what he wanted it to say. I'll go to Cory first.
Yeah, I saw that going on the weekend, and I knew that'd be low-hanging fruit. And sure enough, yesterday morning, you quickly got on there and said, no, I got that one already. And you did great with it. But I mean, yeah, that wasn't a smoking gun. That was a form letter. And
thank you so much, Cory. As she's reading it, I'm like, this sounds like bureaucratic circle speak for thank you so much for your concern. We're going to do nothing about it. That's what I thought. So yeah,
nothing to see here.
Cory.
if there was any part he was going to highlight, it would be some other part of the letter or something. No, he clearly, why would you highlight the part that completely undercut everything you were trying to make in a point? You might as well just not post the letter at all. No, he tried to hide it, and it bit him in the ass. It was I don't know if he drank a bad cup of coffee that day or what was going on, but he didn't do himself any favors with that little stunt.
Yeah, he like punched himself right in the face with that one. And one of my favorite things to do at Alberta Fact Check is just watch Nenshi drive the Forever Canadian bus right over himself on what appears to be on a daily basis.
Well, he was attempting to delegitimize the independence movement by saying, "Hey, look, everybody, CSIS is involved. Hey, look, CSIS is involved."
Yeah.
If there weren't something to see here, then why would CSIS be saying it? Because you wrote them, sir. Because you wrote them, and they sent you back a form letter. Yeah, I'm real proud of how you guys responded to him. He deserves to be embarrassed over this.
Well, and I think it's kind of funny that he highlighted, by which I mean redacted, the part of the letter that actually encourages people that if they see evidence of foreign interference, that they should report it. And I think,
hello, CSIS. I'd like to report
Forever Canadian for like publicly posting that they're good to take donations from literally
CSIS?
anywhere.
Hello, CSIS. We would like to report some suspicious behavior. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, there's only one large active group that has been hiding from all scrutiny on what their funding is and who's managing them or anything of the sort. And that's Thomas Lukasik and Forever Canadian. Every other group, major group that's active is, including your own. We've been complying with Elections Alberta. We're showing where we're getting all of our funding from. Again, Nenshi, well, he's just shooting himself in the feet.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fascinating strategy, though, and it, fair enough, to Lukasik's credit, it seems to be working. I mean, it's not fair, but he's not reporting any donations or campaign expenditures. So they're like,
do you know
what do you want us to do about it?
Do you know where he is being reported on a lot, though? Is in this lawsuit between Kaylin Ford and Press Progress.
Really?
Okay, his name is popping up in that trial right now. And so if CSIS is looking for people that are like maybe dabbling in foreign interference, maybe look at the guy with the foreign accent that's being mentioned in court right now. Maybe, I don't know.
I just think it's a bold strategy. I wonder if anyone in their right mind would be able to pull that off with another government agency, let's say the CRA. Oh, I reported no income last year. I didn't tell you about any income last year.
Right.
So don't expect me to pay my taxes. That's basically the strategy he's getting away with over at Elections Alberta.
Did you see I have a pink bus? Did you see I have a pink bus? All benevolent. Okay, no malfeasance happening here. That thing just arrived on my own driveway. I don't know how. Don't ask me how I'm paying for any of this. Thank you so much. Like, imagine.
He's doing her. I just want to change lanes real fast and talk about the Edmonton City Police. We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but we didn't talk about the Premier's response. So for those of you following along at home, maybe you don't know, because the Edmonton Police did the old dirty delete after the internet got mad at them. And some of the comments directed at the Edmonton City Police for their crazy post would have been considered hate crimes by the Edmonton Police. And as I was saying yesterday, I'm not much of a defund the police kind of girl. But if you have enough money in communication staffers to do something this stupid, take that money away. Hire me another cop, please, and fire all the communications people. So they said, you lived it, you typed it, someone lived it. Online hate isn't just a comment. It hurts real people and harms real communities. Hate has no home here. Again, that's a fine slogan for a progressive coffee shop, but I never want to hear the police say that. And some of the comment or like the postings that they use are not, I mean, all of them, none of them are hate speech, really. Like send them back home. Yes, I will say that about temporary foreign workers who have overstayed their permits. Likewise with foreign students, you gotta go. Canada needs, and then they blacked it out, deport them.
bad drivers are always blank people. That could say female, and I would not take that as hate speech against me. You know what I mean? Like, this is such arbitrarily chosen garbage.
Yeah.
To promote
Yes.
this. So yeah, let's talk about Danielle Smith's response.
Yes. So Danielle Smith responded to this. And she said, she said that the province has the power of not necessarily non-compliance. She used a different phrase, which escapes me right now, but non-enforcement. That's what it was. Much like our approach to the gun grab. She says, free speech is a foundational Alberta value. We don't believe in policing unpopular or religious-based statements, even if they are controversial. That's a slippery slope other countries have fallen into, and we can't go down that road. UK. Our Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Services, Mike Ellis, a former cop himself, by the way, will be writing to our provincial and municipal policing providers to ensure they understand Albertans' policing priorities should focus on violent crimes, illegal drugs, theft, and vandalism, not people's free speech. Olivia, I think she might even have had a video where she talked about this, but I'll get Cory's comments first.
Well, I mean, it's kind of timely in a way, when Bill E9 is gone through, and a lot of the usual people saying, "Nothing to see here, don't worry about it. It's not going to come down on your casual person on the internet," and so on. And we see local police services. It looks like somebody in the comms department taking it up as a crusade, because that's the basis on where somebody might think that some of those comments could be possibly criminal, and a police service should pay attention to them. I'm glad Premier Smith slapped it down, but it also doesn't have much teeth. As you said, it's like the gun grab, though. That leaves us back to that same circle. Well, the province won't comply, the province won't enforce. Okay, but you're still in some dear trouble if you get caught by RCMP with a firearm that's been recently banned, or if they start enforcing on speech things. Just because the province isn't cooperating doesn't mean you're not vulnerable to those federal incursions on your freedoms. So it's been an interesting scene to see play out. And yeah, Mike Ellis spoke up on it as well.
Lise.
I really like the accountability that I see here, though, from Danielle Smith, and immediately acknowledging that it is bad and that we should frown upon it.
Yeah.
And also, here is the name of the guy who is going to be responsible for making sure that Edmonton Police doesn't get too big for their britches in this regard. But what really, really unsettles me is the campaign-like aspect of this. Like, they took out whole city bus wraps to a company that's $100,000 investment.
And a snitch line. There's the snitch line.
You guys, like, this is insane. And so not only does Danielle Smith, well, listen, now they know who they have to keep an eye on, okay? Because Edmonton Police Service is kind of a little bit of a rogue organization right now. But I will say that in Saskatchewan, where Regina Police Service has sort of done the same thing with the mosque by announcing that they had approved it, by announcing that they would be facilitating it, and by announcing that we've got new hate speech laws in Canada, they did kind of the same thing. The mayor did not slap them down. City council did not slap them down. The police commission did not slap them down, and our premier did not slap them down. So in Saskatchewan, we have a much different issue where nobody is telling the police not to be authoritarian arseholes to the citizens. Nobody.
Yeah. And then we've got this post from Kirk Lubimov, which actually shows you what the police should be doing instead of inviting busybody complaints because somebody said something mean to you on the internet. Edmonton Police just released their crime stats. 3.2% increase in total criminal rate. 10% increase in property crime. Shoplifting increased by 30%. Mischief increased by 23%.
Insane.
Theft from motor vehicles increased by 17%. But yeah, they're going all out on their DEI nonsense and policing hurt feelings.
And Edmonton
has a real problem.
Make no mistake, they are spending humongous dollars on this campaign, absolutely humongous dollars. So to get them hauled back into line by Danielle Smith, good for her. Good for her.
Yeah.
Well, Edmonton's mayor, unfortunately, Mr. Knack and the Progressive City Council they have there, I mean, this is the sort of thing that should be brought up when the police keep coming cap in hand for more money all the time too, though. Well, maybe you should be prioritizing your dollars a little first before you're asking for more. But unfortunately, I would see that mayor and many members of that council would be the ones that have been whispering in the police service's ear as to why they should be moving towards this woke crap. Well, as you said, high crimes such as mischief, which we know can lead to years and years in jail, are being ignored and on the rise.
Yeah. I just want to stay in Alberta just for a second, Olivia. And then if we have time with Cory, we'll get to the other thing. From the National Post, an Alberta judge gives a dangerous refugee drug dealer more time to dodge deportation. I wrote this up for my other project called Justice Watch, where we watch the justices. And it's Alberta Court of Appeal Justice Kevin Feth. He just granted a refugee who pled guilty, by the way, to trafficking large amounts of meth and fentanyl and committing sexual assault. The judge agreed to give him more time to appeal the convictions he pled guilty to.
Real.
After the refugee argued he was misled into believing he would not get deported for his serious criminality. So they are basically allowing him to appeal his own guilty pleas because it would affect his immigration status here. He's already served 3 years for his drug and sex crimes, and he's facing deportation to Somalia after the Department of Immigration, who's not known for their strictness, declared him a danger to Canada. And then this Alberta Court of Appeals judge, Kevin Feth, has granted Sharif more time, arguing that to deny him the chance to appeal means he will suffer the unduly punitive effect of removal from Canada based on his guilty pleas that he would not have entered had he been properly informed.
Wow. Unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of what we've seen on the other federal rulings, though, with reduced sentences for some of the immigrants who have come in and committed crimes too. They said, well, we'll keep it under the federal level so you don't risk deportation. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if somebody's here, they've gotten lucky enough to land here, anything more than a shoplifting conviction should be enough. It's saying, you know what, you don't want to belong here, get the hell out. We'll find somebody who wants to cooperate. I'm glad you highlighted that because this is beyond the pale. Shouldn't a judge just look at it and weigh it? What on earth benefit possible is there in keeping that person in this country? Who is being served by that? Aside from maybe the safety of people in Mogadishu, if they send him back to hell where he came from, that's not our concern.
That's right.
This is where we're at.
It's not my problem.
It shouldn't be controversial. Like, Canadians should be able to expect that our justice system will kick out serious foreign criminals when we know that they're not good for our society. It's not controversial for Canadians to expect that. And yet what we have is a justice system that will literally invent delays and loopholes for these guys to slither through so they can keep abusing their adopted country. It's gross. It's gross.
The details of this case are just crazy. He was born in Saudi Arabia, actually, although he's Somali by ethnicity, and he doesn't have Saudi Arabian citizenship because they don't have birthright citizenship there, wisely. And so he would ultimately be deported back to Somalia. Again, not my problem. But the time he arrived here in 2019, he was already convicted by 2022. So he was only on our soil for 3 years before he was convicted of trafficking meth and fentanyl and sexual assault. Apparently,
he has a history of schizophrenia aggravated by substance abuse. Excellent. This is the quality of the people that our immigration system has let into the country.
Yes, and he has a history of not following the conditions of his release because of course he got bail and he was returned to custody in late 2024 and after he breached his conditions.
And he was put in the regional psychiatric center in Saskatchewan. Okay. Oh, he was visited by an immigration officer twice. Oh, good. Like the loopholes that they will create for these guys. You know what would save us all of the cost for this guy's treatment and, arduous lumber through the justice system is just to put him on a plane. Just to put him on a plane.
And here's the problem with that. He was told it's Somalia, who seems to be more reasonable about all of this, is saying, we don't want him. He was born in Saudi Arabia. And so we're not going to, Somalia is more concerned about the safety of their citizens with this guy than we are. They're saying Somalia has told Canadian officials he wouldn't be accepted into the country. So he was to be deported to Nairobi, wherein then he would try to sneak his way back to Somalia.
Again, not our problem. Like
not my problem.
These are he problems, not us problems.
Not me. All right.
So nobody wants the guy, rightly so, except us who are going out of our way to keep him here. I mean, there's got to be somewhere to drop him where he deserves to be. Give him to Gaza or something. I mean, they shouldn't be thinking too hard on this. You just got to get outside of our borders.
Right. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, as they say when the bar closes.
But, for a federal government that's suddenly and almost perplexingly obsessed with Blackcellence and Black Canadians, they're like, well, we can't send this one home. What would that say to the general public? It would look racist.
Schizophrenic, drug peddling rapist. We need to give him more time to figure his life out. No, get out. Cory, do we have to let you go? You got to go do your regular job, don't you?
Yeah, I'm afraid I got my broadcast in half an hour here.
Okay, let's say bye to Cory. Cory, one last time before you go, let everybody know where they can find your work and support your third-party advertiser.
Well, of course, and at albertafactcheck.com, as you pointed out, CoryMorgan.com for the third-party advertiser, and westernstandard.news for a lot of my stuff.
Great. Thanks so much, Cory. I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 5. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Yeah, you too. Let's hit an ad break. We'll come back on the other side.
For generations, many Canadians have preserved more than just firearms. They've preserved history, tradition, competition, memories. But under Trudeau, and now Carney, heirlooms, estates, collectibles, and competition firearms now have to be surrendered and destroyed. While violent gun criminals get pass after pass, openly ignoring any legislation, lawful gun owners are trapped in an increasingly unfair legal system. But we can help. Canada's National Firearms Association's Save Firearms program offers the legal pathway to preserve what matters, while we work towards a political solution. Don't let yours be next. Save history, save heritage, save firearms. Visit nfa.ca today to learn more.
In Canada, firearms owners like me understand the importance of safe, effective self-defense options. That's why we're proud to have Byrna as a sponsor. Byrna's less lethal launchers are designed to help protect you and your family without taking a life. Byrna offers peace of mind, accessibility, and a practical layer of personal security for Canadians who value safety. Learn more at byrna.ca/rebel. That's BYRNA.ca/rebel.
Hey folks, do you love a good cup of coffee? Are you, like me, banned for life from visiting Tim Hortons? Well,
no, we're not. No, not everybody is.
Not everybody.
Just you and me.
But I am. Folks, I have great news. Check it out. This is Rebel News Special Edition Coffee. Rebel News and Resistance Coffee have partnered to bring you something special to wake up to. Resistance Coffee is a family-run Canadian coffee company, unlike Tim Hortons, by the way. And while the big chains wrap themselves in the flag and turn their backs on Canadian workers, Resistance Coffee has been doing the real thing all along, available only at rebelcoffee.ca. A 5-pound bag and bundles qualify for a $9.99 flat rate shipping nationwide. It is worth every penny. Folks, this is great coffee, and this is the coffee to brew. Rebel News.
All right, we're back. We were able to find that clip of Danielle Smith saying, in Alberta, we have free speech, full stop. And I think that sets us apart from other places in this country. You know, when we secede, maybe we should leave Edmonton behind. We'll fix a lot of our problems, right? Anyways, let's go to this speech from the Premier, or a brief part of an interview with her.
I can tell you our approach in Alberta is that the federal government does have the power of criminal law.
Yeah.
We have the power of non-enforcement. And we're and what that means is we choose our policing priorities and we choose our Crown prosecution priorities. And I can tell you, if the intention behind it is to do what we're seeing in the UK, where regular citizens are getting hauled off to prison because they post something online that hurts someone's feelings, we are just not enforcing that. There's no way that's not the culture in Alberta. We reaffirmed in our Alberta Bill of Rights that free speech is protected, and we just don't. We think that's a government overreach. The worry I have about how this may, I mean, so that's how I think private citizens should be looking at that, is just look at what's happening in other jurisdictions, and we've got to draw a line saying that we have to be able to toughen up. Like there are areas of criminal law where you legitimately cannot say things that subject another group to hatred or violence. Mm-hmm. That's a very high bar, and it should be a high bar. But hurt feelings laws, you can't police them. The worry I have about the independent media is that we're in a world now where the media is so disaggregated. We used to have a national consensus because we all used to sit and watch the 6 o'clock news, and it used to be 3 stations, and the advertising used to go to those 3 stations to be able to support good journalism. And what has happened over time is that all of the ad revenues are going to social media. And so the mainstream media is turning to government sources to be able to get the revenue.
Yes.
And as soon as government starts funding, then government starts playing the tune. And that's what I worry about in independent media. And as it applies to the independent media, I feel like they're trying to put independent media in the same category for Canadian content and all of the rules and restrictions the CRTC puts on regular broadcast television, which it does not make any sense whatsoever. And I think could be quite not only onerous, but if they're able to, as they can with private broadcasters, pull your license to be able to broadcast,
that's what you said, right?
That's where I worry it's going to end up going. So we'll be a safe haven in Alberta. We'll find a way to, maybe we'll have to cut a deal.
Are we going to go we'll have the studio.
You just mentioned we'll cut a deal with Elon, with Starlink, so that you can have your little ham radios and do your broadcasting. But I can tell you that is not the pathway we're going down in Alberta.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Isn't that perfect?
It's so refreshing to hear an elected official say, no, on the contrary, we're actually open to hearing what the people of Alberta have to say all the time, even if it hurts us, even if it's inconvenient to us, even if it's, how do you know that you're on the right track and representing the people that elected you unless you're actively listening to them and soliciting their unvarnished opinions? Like, the measure shouldn't be if the top approves of the narrative, well, then you may speak it. And the solution to this is more people speaking. Okay, more people just airing your opinions. However, if you're not in Alberta, you may have a second thought about that, because other premiers aren't being as proactive as Danielle Smith in defending the freedom of expression of their people in their province.
Not even proactive, but being actively meddlesome and quarrelsome with the platforms that would provide independent journalists the opportunity to speak. For example, Doug Ford canceled that deal with Starlink to provide internet to rural Ontarians. And then just in a anti-American hissy fit,
Yeah.
a bit of a tantrum. And Danielle Smith said that she would do the opposite. We would cut a deal with Starlink if the feds ever pulled a Cuba on you and cut the internet. She said that she would do the opposite just to protect the rights of Albertans to speak their minds. And so we remain one of the best places to live in this entire country, if not the best.
Agreed.
But then there's BC. I saw this post from Carolyn Elliott, who lost the leadership of the BC Conservatives, but this is and I think the BC Conservatives made the right choice. But she says, just wow, the NDP's radical ideology has been driven into every part of the public sector, and here's how they do it. The Provincial Health Authority is hiring a director of business planning. Okay, business director. This should be like a numbers dude or dudette. With a salary of $170,000 a year. But to be eligible, you must pledge your allegiance to undoing the harms of, quote, settler colonialism in the, quote, colonial healthcare structure.
Unreal. Okay,
so go chew on some willow bark and see if that gives you the same benefits as acetaminophen, if that's what you want to do. Demonstrate your unwavering dedication to DEI. Show your personal unlearning journey in relation to Indigenous specific racism and dismantling systems of oppression.
Yeah. This is the ways that you've humiliated yourself at the altar of DEI, yes?
Yeah. You need to list your self-flagellation for your DEI sins. And there are only actually 2 core competencies listed, and both pertain to understanding Indigenous specific racism, systemic racism, and anti-racism. These ideological demands are not optional. They make up the bulk of the qualifications and core competencies and skills knowledge specified for this senior role in BC's broken healthcare system. Again, I reiterate, this is a business role, okay?
An administrative role. This is purely administrative. Never, ever, ever, ever is going to benefit the people of BC where they are looking for actual healthcare solutions. This is a pencil pusher. This is a pencil pusher.
Yes. That reminded me of this post I saw yesterday from Jim McMurtry, who lost his job as a teacher. He was marched out of the classroom, actually.
Yeah.
Because, go ahead.
Yeah, he's a BC school teacher who was, before he was marched out of the classroom, almost universally everybody's favorite teacher because he was so engaged, because he found so many different ways to actually reach the students. And go ahead, Sheila Gunn Reid.
Yeah, and he was, I think he was in the classroom when the news broke that a gajillion graves were found at Kamloops, a mass grave, as it was.
And he said, actually, people died of common diseases at the time far more often than this. Now, I don't think that this happened, and they came and took him like that day.
I don't even think he said, I don't think that this happened. He just tried to put it in context and said people died of tuberculosis, influenza, and tetanus all the time. They had the consumption, if you know what I mean. And
galloping consumption.
Yeah. And anyways, he was marched out of the classroom and his career was destroyed. And I mean, here he is posting this yesterday. Just on the topic of BC Health Services and their commitment to, quote, anti-colonialism. The new Cowichan Hospital will have a special Indigenous menu. Are you expecting venison? Are you? Maybe Arctic grayling? No. Hamburger soup, bannock, and cookies. And he points out that cows and wheat weren't here
with berries.
Yes, you're gonna have to tough to find pemmican on a low cholesterol, calorie restricted diet. Anyways, cows and wheat weren't here before the Europeans arrived, so a lot of this Indigenous staple diet that they're listing here are things that are the result of colonialism.
Could you imagine being in the hospital and being served a tray of steamed clams?
Yeah.
I would call my husband and say, bring candles, honey. It's still like, look, we're getting an anniversary level. Like, are they going to saute them in garlic and white wine? How ridiculous is this, you guys? How ridiculous is this?
But I mean, so oh Lord, I was going to try to read the guy's name, but there's no amount of glasses that will help me here. They're led by traditional foods chef and educator Jared Quastenukson Williams. So soups and broths, clam chowder, salmon chowder, venison stew. Okay, we're coming in hot with the venison. Hamburger soup. Look, I love a good hamburger soup. It's a struggle meal, right? Like hamburger, cabbage, whatever. But I don't believe that is a pre-colonial diet. Entrees include baked salmon, fish, hash, salmon cakes, steamed or fried clams. Breads and staples. Again, this is the result of colonialism. Bannock or fried bread. Desserts and other jams. I'm not sure if pre-colonial Indigenous cultures had a pressure canner, but they have jams, homemade breads, simple cookies, or fruit or other berry-based delights, I guess.
Yeah, again, this is not hospital food, you guys. This is a menu from an upscale bed and breakfast.
Right.
Okay, this is what this is. You could only dream of having a menu so varied. And like, this guy should go open a nice little farm to table restaurant, not take the whole entire hospital industry for a spin on reconciliation.
And most of the food is touched by colonialism. If you're trying to decolonize the healthcare industry in BC, as they just said they are, this is a lot of colonial stuff. And just remember this when you're enjoying your sugar-free Jell-O and your rice pudding, your carrot sticks, and your dry tuna sandwich during your next hospital stay.
Yeah, and like we all know that hospital food is universally terrible, and one of the reasons why people most want to escape a hospital stay. But this is, I mean, that's insane.
Yes,
insane what is happening there. That's quality that Mark Carney could expect on one of his international trips. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. Let's share some good news before we trundle over to Saskatchewan. The Canadian who slapped that U.S. teen on the Jersey Shore
on the 4th of July for wearing the Trump hat.
Yeah, Trump shirt, I think it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
ICE is deporting her. Toronto Sun wrote this, Brian Towie. They call her a mega wokey who attacked an American teen girl decked out in pro-Trump gear. I know. I'm only sad that it took this long and that she's coming back. You know, maybe she could have gone to Nairobi with that other guy. Caitlin Tracy, the 33-year-old Canadian mega wokey who attacked an American teen girl decked out in pro-Trump gear on July 3rd on a New Jersey boardwalk, will be deported back to Canada. A Texas immigration judge ordered Tracy to go home on Tuesday after she entered a guilty plea to a misdemeanor simple assault. See, Canadian judges, this is how you handle the bad guys. Part of a deal she made after she was arrested for her involvement in a caught-on-camera fracas with 14 girls. She was dubbed by the Department of Homeland Security the Maple Leaf Menace. And she was already in the US on an expired visa, so she shouldn't have been there anyway. But even then, she became a heat score because she couldn't contain her Trump derangement syndrome. And she assaulted a teenage girl, and she had a swath of charges against her. I think one of them was like child endangerment. So she clearly pled this down. And she's got to go home, which is sad for us Canadians because maybe they should have sent her to California.
Yeah. Yeah. And is she going to bring her mega wokey husband too?
Oh, you know, her
beta Chad of a husband. You know what I mean? Are they going to amble over the border together and just, live happily ever after here? I don't want him either. You know what I mean? Like, as a Canadian, I object to him being able to come with her.
Her lawyer made some interesting arguments considering that she was working illegally in the United States. He's like, she arrived here on a passport some years ago, met her husband, and didn't leave. But while she was here, she maintained employment and was a productive member of society. She ain't looking so productive. She's smacking around teen girls for their political views. And if she overstayed her visa, she was working illegally.
Yeah. And
under
we all know
the table.
Yeah, we all know the people that have that color hair aren't necessarily known for being productive.
Poison
if you know my meaning.
people.
Yes.
The animal kingdom tells us to steer clear of brightly colored creatures, and because they're poisonous.
This rings true. This rings true. Yeah.
It's how you survive in the
Anyway,
wild.
good day for those 4 girls that she assaulted. That's awesome for them. I'm delighted for them that they know that they'll never have to encounter this lunatic ever again in the United States.
Let's talk about Regina Public Schools.
Oh, let's do this.
Their Teachers Association is advertising that their teachers are spending summer reading Marxist training manuals. Is this for real?
Yes, it sure is, Sheila Gunn Reid. Let's show it for the people, Olivia. The Regina Public School Teachers Association, which is a small regional union that feeds up into the Saskatchewan Teachers Federation, put out this post, and it's supposed to be a real good, feel good post. Hey, everybody, quick midsummer check-in, all of the happy emojis. Nate is doing, Allison is doing, Tabitha has been to Greece, and then Tara has been enjoying some beach reading. Okay, let's go see what Tara has been beach reading, shall we? Can we scroll down, Olivia, to the photos that they posted there? Because one of the photo of the book that Tara was reading on her summer holidays has got me, can we bring it up, Olivia? Go to the bottom of that post and click on their picture. There we go. Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Paulo Freire. He's a Brazilian Marxist who wrote this tome on how to instruct teachers how to weaponize the kids in their classrooms. It pretty much tells teachers that classrooms are a battlefield and the children are the ammunition. That we would be promoting this in public as something teachers are reading on their summer breaks is everything that is wrong with the education. Absolutely everything. This is the book that says that social justice and radical activism is the only way to go. And they're using the classrooms to do it. So that Regina Public School Teachers Association, that they would post this, they would have no self-awareness.
Oh, I think they did.
That this might be offensive to the families that entrust their children to these schools. It's outrageous. But this also shows the government of Saskatchewan that there is absolutely no neutrality in Saskatchewan classrooms, that they are training radicals to radicalize the youth in this province. And this book and the summer reading list of Tara, the teacher, Regina Public Schools, is all the proof you need.
Yes. So this Paulo, how do I say his last name? Freire,
yeah.
Yes. He, in his writings, including that one there, he said he relies on Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, and other notable communists.
Yes.
And he helped found a communist political party in Brazil.
Yes, he did.
And he talked about spreading communist subversion. And he said that children who are raised in strict homes, read loving, well-managed homes here, they internalize the authority of their parents. And if you follow what your parents have to tell you, you fail to develop critical consciousness. And so then you'll grow up to be the oppressor as well. So they want to sort of disconnect children from households where they are well managed by their parents, where families. Parents have the thumb on the pulse of the family. And so he calls these homes authoritarian. And from infancy. He says
Yes.
that if you grow up in these kinds of loving homes, you'll internalize the parental authority, and then you'll grow up to be the oppressor. So to prevent another generation of oppressors, you have to disconnect children from their parents.
That's exactly what he is saying. And parents and taxpayers have every right to reject this kind of radical indoctrination, especially in our classrooms. Yeah, I'd have a concern for any student that this teacher had access to, truly, because she's reading the manual for radicalizing children against their families. It's sick. It's sick. And they post this. They post this midsummer. Oh, hope you have a good one, guys.
Should we do the cringes or the daily delight first?
Let's do cringes first and leave the daily delight for the very end, because it is so delicious. It is just so delicious.
So we mentioned yesterday when I described Hetty Fry at Toronto Pride, I think it was Toronto Pride, looking like the mummy of Eartha Kitt. And then I did find Eartha Kitt in a gold lame costume, and I was like, wow, it was pretty accurate. Good for me. So, and we joked, there she is. That's the mummy of Eartha Kitt at Vancouver Pride, I guess it was. So she's a little more modest than Olivia Chow generally is at her parades, be it Carnival or Pride. But it is Carnival, I guess, in Toronto. And last year, I believe that we saw far too much old lady groin last year.
You guys remember when Sheila Gunn Reid dropped the jam out with your clam out line, and then immediately I've been laughing for the last one calendar year.
Yes. So I think there she is. Somebody's grandma jamming out with her clam out.
Olivia, modesty, just a little bit, just a little decorum, just a smidge.
I don't even wear V-necks on camera. She's out there with half of her groin showing. Anyway, I believe she may have listened to me, or I want to believe that my gentle ribbing.
I believe that she heard us laughing. I mean, yes, because that is the only explanation for her get up at this year's,
which you described as a frontal mud flap. There she is.
Okay, you guys, you'll see she has a modesty belt on. Like she's listen, this.
If someone give me the chocolate, please.
Here she. Okay, so it goes without saying that this is an immaculately crafted costume. Okay, this took somebody several hundred hours.
I could do without the geriatric air humping. I could.
Stop flapping your mud flap, Olivia. My goodness, it's indecent. Oh, they put tassels on the bottom, so she thinks she has to. It's too much.
It's too much. But you know what? Baby steps. We're making progress. She's got a mud flap, a modesty flap this year.
A modesty flap. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is.
So I look forward to next year at this point. I really do.
Oh,
it's the air humping. Anyway, Toronto, that's your mayor. Good job.
Come get your Nana.
Come get her. Get her. She's air humping again.
Oh, it's even better because we watch it on mute. You know what I mean? Like some performers are just better if you watch them on mute. I would say Olivia Chow and Shakira are the two for the Shakira and Olivia Chow. Best to watch on mute.
So Toronto is not alone in its embarrassing municipal politicians. There is an elected Vancouver City Councillor.
Oh,
from I don't even know what COPE stands for.
Oh, it is the Union for Office Professionals, Canadian Office Professionals. Something. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
No,
a
this one is the Coalition of Progressive Electors.
Oh,
Now,
okay,
that is
sorry,
the
different
city,
coach,
that
sorry,
is the municipal political party
Thank you.
for the left-wing, like really left-wing candidates in Vancouver.
In Vancouver, sorry, yes.
So they have a city councillor named Sean Orr of Cope, Vancouver. And he's on a stage spitting on himself and showing off his 2 belly buttons, which obviously means to me that he was grown in a pod somewhere. Let's watch this. This is a Vancouver elected official.
Oh, I don't. What is happening, Sheila?
What is he regurgitating onto his stomach? His bowling ball of a stomach.
What is he looks to be between 4.5 and 5 months along.
Right.
What is happening here?
That's going to be a soccer player. I can tell by how it's kicking.
How embarrassing. Like, make shame great again. Like, truly, this, like, people that do this.
He'll be reelected too. This is Vancouver.
They're like, we love the belly button spitter. He's
why is this spitting? And then it was like in his beard
on a stage. Like, what is happening?
To ominous music.
Yeah, can confirm that you will not see anything of the sort at our next Rebel Live coming up in Calgary on October 31st. Thanks so much.
Look how he looks respectable there. His hair is combed, I guess, and his beard is trimmed. I'm not seeing his a future child gestating in his spittled upon belly. His clothes appear to be clean. Very well, wearing a lot of layers there. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least layers. Yeah. I always want to see him like this. More layers on this guy, the better. I don't want to see that. And the scary music in the background. Like, does it feel like 2 days in a row we saw demons manifesting on TV?
Have you seen what happened to Perez Hilton? Have you seen what happened?
We can't show that on TV, but look for yourself.
There's just something not right in the world right now. And so Sean Orr is just going right along with it.
Right. There's a lot going on. You know what? I think you can fight those things, but sometimes they win. And I think he has been fighting those things lately, but I think they got the best of them, combined with, I believe, post-sepsis psychosis, which is a thing, because he did have sepsis a little while ago.
Oh, with a blood clot. A blood clot and then sepsis. And this is what makes the Perez Hilton story like ever so much more dispiriting to me is he has 3 children that were born to him by surrogacy. And these kids have a dad that just went through a spectacular mental health crisis, like publicly in the most really disturbing way. And his children don't have mothers.
Yes. I think John Nolte had a good response to this. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Just don't go looking for images of Perez Hilton in his psychotic episode yesterday. Looks like the demons he's been battling recently got the best of him.
Caught up to him.
Yeah. Okay. Daily Delight. On that dark note, let's hit a Daily Delight. Lise, you can key this up.
Oh, you guys, this is just going to make your day. So baby Maya Gabella, she is the singular Tumbler Ridge shooting survivor. She is still recovering in hospital.
13.
But Maya found herself with a brand new puppy to help her along in her recovery. And just look at this face. And I really wanted to show this to people so they could see, her hair is coming back. She is obviously sitting up and she's much, much more interactive even than we saw her being a month ago. Do you remember about a month ago, we played the video of her discovering like a tablet or a phone again, like a device, a piece of tech again. I'm just so delighted that she got a puppy. I mean, what little girl doesn't deserve a puppy, and what little girl doesn't deserve one more than this one? So this is just lovely. I wonder what the puppy's name is. This is what's on my
dog.
mind. Isn't he just adorable? Just like a little puddle on her lap, and that's what she needs. That's what she needs is company, and how better to do that than a brand new puppy? So yeah, that's my update for everyone. Is she's
just
her
absolute miracle.
Yeah, her recovery is still going to be extra long, but it's getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah, and her family's just been through so much.
Or the ringer.
Yep. We've got one chat, and this is related to Lise Merle. Gives us $5. It's from Shauna Vision. $5 for the mud flap joke. Well deserved.
Buddy, you're very welcome.
Yeah.
I'm here all day.
Yeah. Just I Frank, I do. I look forward to next year's outfit. Maybe it'll have sleeves.
If
a win.
If we don't recreate those for the Rebel live event on October 31st, which happens to fall on Halloween, Sheila, Gunn, Reid, like, what are we even doing with our lives? Like, if we don't go in matching Olivia Chow's, what are we even doing for your lives? I reserve the right to wear the one with the mud flap.
Okay, I'll wear the other one, but I'm putting it over sweatpants. For sure. I'll have like coveralls on underneath. So nobody sees
full
me.
Unitard, like full unitard. Actually,
needs to be looser.
several a billowy ladylike unitard.
You're not even going to see the outline of my body. No way. Shapeless.
You know, we might do paper dresses. You know, the ones with the tabs sticking up, but it's just a great big piece of cardboard, and then we can dress like Olivia Chow. Actually, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
We would just need ribbon and jewels and tassels. That's it.
Feathers.
On cardboard.
Feathers.
And feathers.
So much feathers.
I love
hey, I do too. I guess this is the show. I've got a meeting to get into. I do too.
I miss you already. Yeah. I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much for the great week, you guys, and everybody that works in the control room. Thanks so much for holding down the fort for us. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks to everybody who pitches in to help pay the bills around here, who interacts with our Shauna Vision. You know, a good joke when you hear one. And who interacts with our content, that really does have the algorithm serve us up in front of more people. And as we've been saying here on the show here, we're so close to 2 million subscribers. So as usual, talk it over with your doctor, talk to your family, see if it's right for you. And you know what? It's not permanent. You can subscribe and then unsubscribe later. It's not like a puberty blocker.
Yeah.
We won't affect you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. If our good common sense and our jokes, you know, that's a serious side effect. So if those, yeah, you got to be careful of us. So
yeah, careful. We'll brighten your day. Thanks to everybody who regularly shares our work and who watches along with us. We'll see you tomorrow. I think I'm back in the chair with Tamara Ugalini.
Our favorite Ugalini. The favorite one.
The best one I know.
We'll see you tomorrow, Sheila Gunn. Thanks for having me. Nope, you're all right.
I think, okay. It froze up on my side. Anyways, time to get out of here. We'll talk tomorrow. And as we frequently say on the show here, if you find us offensive, maybe don't find us at all.
Hello everyone, it's Alexa Lavoie from Rebel News, and I have some big news I've been dying to share with you. I'm officially going on this year's news cruise, and I want you right there with me. So write this down. thenewscruise.com. That's where you go and reserve your cabin. And I will say it again before we are done, so stick with me. Here is what makes this year so special. For the very first time, Rebel News is teaming up with our friends at Juno News. 2 independent newsrooms, one unforgettable week at sea. We set sail on Saturday, November 20th, out of Fort Lauderdale, aboard Holland America Line's gorgeous MS Eurodam. 7 full nights in the Eastern Caribbean, returning Saturday, December 5th. And the itinerary is stunning. We will visit Grand Turk, San Juan in Puerto Rico, San Thomas, and Half Moon Cay, with relaxing days at sea in between. Sunshine, spectacular beaches, incredible food, and the best company you could ask for. But honestly, it's not really about the palm trees. It's about the people. You will get to spend the week with me, Ezra Levin, Keen Bexley, constitutional lawyer John Carpe, and journalists from both Rebel News and Juno News, like my colleague David de Mendoy-Menzi. When the ship is at sea, we host private receptions, exclusive panels, Q&A sessions, and roundtables. Candid, off-the-record conversations you won't find anywhere else. And every single night at dinner, we rotate seats. So over the course of the week, you will actually sit down and talk with all of us. No cameras, no scripts, just real conversation. Now, here's the thing. Every cruise we have ever run has sold out. And this year, with Juno News joining us, demand is higher than ever. The best cabins, especially the balconies, always go first. So don't wait. Go to thenewscruise.com right now to explore your cabins options and book your spot. Or if you got questions, give us a call at 1-800-707-1634. I cannot wait to see you on board. This is going to be a week to remember.